Hello, everyone. I'm Katrina. This is Sow and Tare live chat. We do this every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I hope everybody's doing well. And welcome. Welcome to live chat. Let's say hello to people. And yeah, first off, I want to encourage people to sign up for Katrina's Kits. It's the membership you join. There should be a join button down below. And there's a um, yeah, there's a link in every description, and uh, it's a lot of fun. We do a cook with me live. We're doing a cake and some stroganoff on the 26th. My mom just made the cake. She said the whole process together, including the frosting, was 4 hours. So this might be a long one, but it's a lot of fun. We hang out, we talk, we chat, we eat. It's a good time. So that I want to encourage you to do. And I am looking for it. Where is my link? I don't see my link. Here it is. Okay, so here is the link. If you don't have a button, here's the link to join. And then I also wanted to put the Friends of Sow and Tare Facebook group on here. We can talk about stuff after hours when this is over and all of that. The most activities on there, me posting videos. Second most is Monday nights or Tuesday mornings when people want to post something after we've talked. So anyway, let's get into it. Scroll up here at the top. You guys were here way before me. All right, Verna's here. Verna is Vay's Place. She is in blue with a little red. She's my moderator. If you are growing in an apartment setting, check out her channel. She does awesome things. All right, Dawn's here. Welcome. Oh, also welcome, Verna. Welcome. The Aquatic News Network. Is that Tommy? Hi, Tommy. Howdy, Earthlings. Tommy's always changing his name. Welcome. Erica's here. Evening, all. Welcome, Erica. Yes, tomorrow is my birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Verna. Yes, I am an April Fool's baby and came almost 2 weeks early. So everyone thought I was a prank, which I'm not. All right. Dawn says today is hatch day for me. 2 eggs left to go. I'm 9 so far. Awesome. Dawn, I saw some pictures on that. And so I want to say, yeah, good luck. Awesome. Sorry, I'm bringing this closer to me so I don't have to lean because that's a better idea, guys. All right. Hi, Buster. Hope we're doing well. Buster's here. Oh, Verna, how was the storms? Did you get storms? Oh, we had warnings, but I don't think any touchdown. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you are safe, Verna. Yeah. Oh, worse on Wednesday. Well, we are hoping all of the storms miss you. And yeah, because that's scary. We had a little bit of snow this morning. There's still some snow on the hill that I look at out the window. There was snow on the trees up till like halfway through the day over there, up above. But yeah, when I woke up this morning, there was like slush on the ground because it was raining over the snow. All right. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Buster. All right, PJ's here. Welcome, PJ. PJ is one of the Katrina's kits. And thank you for the birthday wishes. All right. Everybody's saying hi, hello. You know what I don't know where I have is my mouse that I usually use. I know where it is. It's in another room. It's okay. I will do without today. All right. Andy's here. Welcome, Andy. I used the choke chain method on this batch, the last 2 batches actually, for the rabbits, and it worked beautifully. It wasn't beautiful, but but it worked really well. I much prefer that over the hopper popper method. It does the same thing, but when you're by yourself doing it, man, it makes it so much easier to do it by yourself. Yeah, for sure. So thanks to you and to Verna for convincing me that I needed to do this. All right, I have you guys on top of my work computer. Let me move my work computer. That's a little weird. Just a minute, just a minute. All right. Hang on. Okay. I'm back. Andy's saying, how's everyone doing? Yeah, you haven't been on in a while, huh? Doing all right, doing all right. If you guys saw, I do believe Mama Kitty had her kittens last week, and I don't know. Now I'm thinking that they might still be under the bush in the front, the little hedge in the front. But the other night she took me, like, it was really weird. She usually doesn't want me to follow her, and I really got the sense that she wanted me to follow her. Was it last night? It was last night. And we went all the way up past the shed and underneath, like where there's some roofing is being stored. So it's interesting. Interesting. All right. Oh, did Andy Rabbit have storms Wednesday too? Whoever has storms coming, like, good luck with things and all that. I know we had last week, there was I don't know there's an official watch issued, but there was like 5% chance or something like that of a tornado in the Willamette Valley north of me. And we had, if you guys saw I did a short on it, and then I need to do more shorts. There was a short on it, and then there was also it was in the weekend review that went out today. But the smaller rabbit hutch got blown over. Now, luckily, the rabbits had already been processed, but it got flipped over and moved like 15, 20 feet in the opposite direction the wind was going when I went to bed and when I got up. So there must have been a turnaround sometime overnight that it whipped the other way. But yeah, the one with the rabbits in it was completely fine. And this other one, the tree blocked it. So I'm glad the tree blocked it, because I mean, that could have gone into the roadway, which would have been really bad. Yeah. Anyway, I waited until the wind event was over before I put the new bunnies in. And those are Risotto's bunnies that are in there, and they have figured everything out by now. So that is good. All right. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Dawn. All right. Yep. Silver Creek, Tommy. Welcome. Oh, Andy says you don't know what the weather's supposed to be, but you do know it's calling for rain for almost a week. Yeah, we have rain for at least through the end of this week, I think. Let me check real quick. I think it's through the end of this week, and it might even be into next week, but I did see sun in the forecast. So, it looks like Thursday, we could drop down to 9%. So, yeah. There was an inch, it was 1.08 with the tiny bit of snow melt that I had. 1.08 inches this morning, and most of that fell last night. So that was here. All right. Steve says, ta-da, I'm here. Steve's here. Welcome, Steve. And thank you for the reminder, and thank you for the birthday gift. I'll show you guys the birthday gift once it gets here. I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you trying to keep on top of things, because I don't. Oh my gosh. All right. Aquatic News Network. Tommy says, you'd like my new stuff? All conservation minded. That's good. That's good. We like conservation of all the animals and habitats and all of that. All right. Oh, Verna says, Lucy and I hid in the bathroom for about 15 minutes. Wow. It must have gotten bad. I'm glad you're still there. Yeah. Don says, all the storms miss me, just rain. Wednesday, I hope the same happens again. Oh, well, hopefully you do okay. Hopefully you do okay. All right, everybody's saying hi. Erica says, we have had so little rain that most of Arkansas is under a burn ban. It's the first time in March a ban has ever been issued. I was going to ask if that was a common thing over there because I didn't think it was. I thought that was more of a West Coast thing. Yeah, because we get that in the summer, or you get like you can't use chainsaws outside after 10. Growing up, it was always after 1, but here it looks like it's after 10, and then they even said no chainsaw work at all at some point in the summer this last summer. So, I mean that's because chainsaws can create sparks if they hit, like if there's metal in a tree or if they hit a rock or any number of things, and you can create a spark, and once there's spark, you have fire. I think that's a song. uh, okay, Dawn was also under a burn ban. Thank you, Verna. Oh my gosh. PJ says we are covered in mud and are under a burn ban until May 15th. Why until May 15th? Do you guys get summer rain? The summer rain that we get here, I don't know yet, honestly, because I haven't been here for the whole summer. But typically it's associated with like thunderstorms. And not much other than that, but we'll see. We shall see. What? Brenna says, Katrina, see what happened? 9:06 p.m. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. 9:07 p.m. successfully reconnected. Does that happen to anybody else? I don't know why it would, and I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. Hopefully it's better. Okay, Andy bought cherry trees. Nope, not planted yet. I ended up buying 4. That is good. That is good. As long as they're dormant, they're good. And then they will wake up with everybody. Jacob's here. I'm late. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jacob. I hope you're doing well. I also hope you can join us on the 26th for making cake and beef stroganoff, because Jacob is also a member. All right. And Don says, my kakarki parrot can hear the quail. He now tries flying off into the kitchen where the incubator is. He never goes in there. I may have to put him up. Oh, how funny. How funny. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Oh, and Jacob's birthday was last Friday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, Andy says hubby has back surgery. He is starting to recover from it. And we had a storm 2 weeks ago. There was a tornado that was around 2 miles from my house. Oh my gosh. I got a few fig trees and the blueberries. So those are 2 separate topics, Andy. Unless those fig trees and blueberries came with the tornado. But I'm glad you're getting stuff planted, and that's good. I was planning on planting stuff this weekend, and then I'm like, you know what? I need to process animals. And then I ended up going to the nearest Best Buy to me yesterday, which is an hour away, at least. And so I spent time going to all the different stores and all that as well. Because when you go to the big city, you have to make it worth your while. I went searching for women's pants that are worth a dang. Guess what I found? Carhartt, Dickies. What's the other one? Starts with a T. All of them. Go into the store, grab a pair of men's jeans, grab a pair of women's jeans. Different material. And actually, I went to the Carhartt store, and all they had for women were leggings. Leggings at the Carhartt store. So I'm really thinking about writing letters to these places and saying, what the heck? Women work too. Women need like durable clothing. And I personally, I don't think ankles are sexy anymore. Or again, maybe have them full length pants. Sorry, this is maybe the topic today. I just got so annoyed because I could not find like a comparable. You look at the men's, you look at the women's, and you're like, please, can we just make men's pants with butts? That would help too. Anyway, sorry for the tangent. But point being, my weekend was waylaid, and I did go in. I went into Best Buy. Sony now has my camera, or it's in the mail on the way to Sony. The lens went because the tripod failed, and that's fun. So I don't know if it's just the lens or if the lens and the camera are the issue, but it is with Sony. We're going to Sony, and hopefully it'll come back fixed or new. And then, so yeah, I have been filming on my my cell phone, but I did get a new tripod, actually from Walmart. It's the same one I think that Christina has with Guido's Family Farm, that Aaron got her at QuailCon. And it comes with the attachment that goes for that. So for the cell phone. So hopefully I'll be able to use that. But there you go. Most of my weekend review stuff is on the cell phone anyway. People probably don't notice except for the sound isn't as good. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, all right. Everybody say happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Don says, now Simon is in the foyer looking for the ones in the brooder. He can't see them right next to the brooder. Oh, how funny. How funny. Hi, Jackie. She says, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, let us know what you're growing, what you're cooking, what you're hoping to learn, and we will converge to make it happen. Dawn says, I thought this was going to be sweet brooding quail with no dog to keep away. Now I have a little parrot to keep out there. Oh, I mean, if he went in there and if he understood where they were, do you think he would just sit there and watch them? Because that might not be bad. Okay, Erica says we don't usually have them until late July and August. Okay, the burn bans? Yeah. Yeah. All right. PJ said, I had a busy Wednesday last week. Mammal to start. I don't know what that means. Job interview had my son looking at a house for me. Court Dolgarship? No more ties deal with. All right. All right. So, did you find a house? Was it a good house? Are you going to fly or drive down there to look at it? Or do you trust him to make your decisions for you? That is awesome. I'm glad you had some good things happen. Yeah. All right. Solid connection. All right. Thanks, Steve. It's all YouTube. Okay. PJ says spring has been dry for a few years, but not dry now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I hope everything works out. Yeah. Yep. Berna says that's the reason I wear men's pants. Exactly. That and pockets. Pockets, like seriously. Seriously. So yeah, if it looks like my pants don't fit, it's because they're men's pants and they're not made for women shapes. I don't care anymore. Dawn says men's jeans are cotton, women are spandex and a little cotton. Yeah, but it didn't used to be that way. That's what I kept on trying to explain to these young salespeople. Oh, that's always how it is. I'm like, didn't used to be. It used to be denim is denim. And the same thing with the canvasy stuff. It's the same. It was the same material, and they changed it. Men's are cheaper. Just got hubby 2 pair. Just because men won't spend as much, probably. I don't know. Joy's here. Better late than never. Hello, Joy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Andy says agreed. Joy says, when I wear women's pants, I look like a clown. No hips or butt. See, I have those. PJ says, I finally got a tripod for my phone, so I don't have to lean on everything. We don't get the shot from down here anymore. Be like, hi. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. One rooster. What do you mean by one rooster, Don? Oh, I didn't read the first part. I'm going to give him one rooster on neutral territory and see what he does in a few days. I hear they like smaller birds, but will kill larger ones. He is sitting and they're trying to see them. Okay, so you don't know. So basically, you don't know if it's a territorial thing or if he's just curious. Yeah. Steve says I lost my tripod. I may have to check the boat. Oh my gosh. It's a yacht by now, Steve. Erica says, I got a count on all my birds the other day. We have 95 chicks and 21 ducklings. That is awesome. How much do you love ducklings? Because I want to get ducks at some point. I want to have ducks in my food forest. That's what I want to have. I think they would be great, like, to manage the grasses that may eventually grow there and all that. I like duck eggs too. All right, Jacob says, my new chicken coop came in at Tractor Supply today, and they actually had chicks for once this year. Okay. Yeah, chicks are going fast at Tractor Supplies. So you got a chicken coop from there. Are you going to alter it, or are you just going to use it as is? Those are expensive. You can make a bigger one for the same price. But hopefully it works and it's perfect for what you are needing it for. And good luck. All right. Dawn says, tomorrow's lockdown on another batch of quail eggs. Awesome. Awesome. Are we allowed to count your birds? Yes, you're allowed to count your birds. Verna says, with men pants, then you don't need a purse. I don't know why pockets are so small in women's pants, or non-existent, actually. Yeah. Serena's here. Hi, cousins. Hi, Serena. Welcome. Okay, so PJ, you were on FaceTime with him when they looked at the house. 11 acres, small house, but needs work on a garage workshop. Would be made into a hatchery room. Well, we know that you know how to do things, so that's the plus of it, and you have family in the area that you can have help. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Hopefully everything goes well and you like it and you get it, because that's awesome. All right. Dawn says, I have 5 different sizes, 100% cotton jeans, about 7 pair in each. Yeah, that would be nice. Because that's the thing about right now, like, women's jeans wear out tremendously fast. And compare that to men's jeans, or women's pants and men's pants, they just wear through so quickly, and it's a waste of money in my mind. Yeah. Serena says, how do you turn a fruit into a vegetable? Throw a watermelon up in the air and it will come down squash. Nice. Oh, Andy says, I had 2 rabbits had kits, 7 from one litter and 4 from the other. 15 quail hatched out. Plants to plant. Oh, spring has sprung. Spring has sprung. And that is going to be a video Thursday. I keep pushing back Ringo's injury video. Maybe we'll get it by the time his hair grows in. It's just going to involve a lot of editing. That's going to be Thursday's video. Spring has sprung. I kind of went around and took a tour until my camera went. Then I used my cell phone a little bit, but anyway. And the plum trees and the hackberry are blooming. So it smells so good. And we only got 1 day of that, like that really intense smell, before the winds came. So you can smell them when you're closer now, but honestly, the smell is not as strong anymore. And I'm like, oh, I wanted several days of that. Yeah, we've got some massive wins. Jackie says, I'm going to do quail soon as I eat my eggs. Good. Sorry. Plus, I have a large front lawn garden that we are revamping now. I cook, can, and all that good stuff. I was trying to be more self-sufficient. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I have lots of cooking videos and canning videos, and I freeze dry and all that as well. So you are in the right place. You're in the right place. Okay. Andy says there will be another cold snap again. That will kill things off. Okay. Yeah, so I was thinking about some planting stuff the other week. And this morning I wake up to snow on the ground. Yesterday morning it was 38. It was all the way up in the 70s. Went down to 38. I didn't check the temperature today, but there was slush on the ground. Yeah. All right. Serena says, I have yet to transplant my tomato plants. They are still in the seed starting tray on the heat mat. Good. My goodness, I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm tired, apparently. 3 of them are 4 to 5 inches tall. Very cool. Hopefully you have up-potted them from your seed starting because they need some more root room. Tommy has 5 ducklings. Just got them. Awesome. What kind? Yeah. And Verna has quail cookbooks. Verna, you can put your links in there if you want. Oh, Steve, can you link Aaron's flyer? I don't know how you do that. Do you know what I'm talking about? And then once the link is there, then when I get down to it, I don't know much about it, but I'll talk about it real quick. Hopefully you can find it if you know what I'm talking about. I think you do. All right. Dawn says I can't even get in the garden to finish it ready and due to the mud and rain. Oh my gosh. I love it. Verna needs cookies for dessert. I also need cookies for dessert. Verna, can you bring me some too? Dawn says, I have a woman's coat that has shallow pockets. I hate it. Even the keys will fall out. It does not make sense to me. I swear the purse people are in charge of pockets. Of course, I have a fanny pack, so, I'm cool like that. Jacob says, for now I'm using it as a temporary solution, or I wouldn't be able to build one until fall. I have very busy spring, summer planned already. Jacob, I totally understand you. I did not build my rabbit hutches. I had someone build them, and they built them junk. They did a horrible job. There's still things to fix on it. And yes, I will be making a video on what things should be, but too many other things going on right now. I totally get it. Sometimes you just need it done and you need to pay someone to do it, which is basically what you're doing. And that's totally acceptable. PJ says, second interview for the job later this week. It's the same job I'm doing now, so just based out of Columbia, South Carolina. Awesome. Good luck, PJ. Someone make me stop yawning. Good luck, PJ. I really hope you get it. And the house, because you have to have both. Oh my goodness. Steve says women's jeans wear out because women only wear something once every 6 months. Us men only own 3 pair of jeans. I think probably among this group that's not true, Steve. They that would make sense if you added the word don't wear out. Because if someone wears something once every 6 months, then it wouldn't wear out. But no, they wear out much quicker. For sure. For certain. Daffodils are opening at PJ's. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Oh, there's more to Steve's thing. meaning wear out if you wear them more often. That's not the case. Yeah, that's not the way I wear things. I don't know about anybody else, but I have worn men's and women's pants and they wear differently. And it's because of how they're built. It's the material that they're built. For sure. Yeah. All right. Jackie says, oh, good. She's checking out the cookbook for Roberta. Awesome. Your daffodil season's over, Steve? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to click on you. That's okay. Yeah. Our daffodil season's still here. They're long-lasting daffodils, I think. Yeah. All right. Andy says my walking onions I got from Matt are doing wonderful. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, they're kind of funky plants, that's for sure. That's for sure. Tommy says I'm going to pull the newbie move here. I have no clue what kind of ducklings they are. I know it's 5 different types. Oh, 5 different types. Okay. But my wife and daughter picked them out. Okay. Hey, they're ducks. They're quack ducks. Oh, PJ wants to know what colors. All right. Thank you, Steve, for putting those. So Steve just posted, it's for Gulf Coast Homesteading Convention. That's what I couldn't remember is the name. And this is something that Aaron, I don't know, is Aaron on here? Guido's Family Farm. They are in Louisiana, and they and Kelly and I think 2 other people. I don't know if Kelly's on here either. They have a convention that's coming up, and it basically QuailCon isn't happening this year, and I believe it's the same weekend as QuailCon, and as QuailCon has been. Like they're not like bumping in on QuailCon. I want to make that clear. This is all okay. But they are doing a homesteading convention, and it sounds like they're going to have a whole different, like a whole huge realm of things to do. And so it sounds pretty cool. And thank you for putting the link there. Awesome. They also have a Facebook page. Steve, if you want to, you can also put that on the Friends of Sow and Tare thing. Facebook group. There we go. All right. Dawn says, my first order of walking onions came in ripped open. I got 5 out of 20. I ordered another 20 with another seller, and they are late getting here. Oh, no. Well, good luck with what you got. My goodness. Vanilla cookies with cinnamon and craisins. But you didn't bring me any. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Andy, Dawn. That sucks. Yeah. Well, that's true. PJ, you could, if you don't get the house, you can stay with your son until you find one. Are there room for all the animals at your son's place? Because that is a good point. And then you wouldn't have any tethering where you are now. Yeah. Great to have a backup plan. Exactly. Okay, we have answers on the type of ducks. Ruin, blue Swedish, Cayuga, Con? Continue asking? Okay. Well, out of those, I just know the Cayuga. Jackie says, I just bought a rabbit hutch, 1 level at Tractor Supply, 150. I am in a wheelchair a good part of the time, but I still get stuff done. That's good. That's good. You and Dawn should talk. Dawn just had surgeries and she's walking now, but she wasn't walking for a long time. So you guys should talk about how to get stuff done at that level. Yeah. PJ says daffodils last longer the cooler it is. It's been cool. It's been cool. Pine pollen season at Erica's house. My goodness. Okay, buff and silver. Wait, silver apple yard. Do you have apples to have them go underneath? They must like apples. Okay, PJ said it's a good combination. I don't know. Why am I blue instead of purple? I want to know why that changed. I did not change that. I just realized that. That's fun. Okay. Purple's my color. Gulf Coast homesteading is only on Labor Day this year because of QuailCon next year. Okay, next year it will be a different weekend. Okay, so that's just this one. Hey, Gaydrow's Family Farms here. Welcome. We're just talking about your event, making sure everybody knows. Welcome, welcome. All right. Animals will stay in New York until I get set up. Okay. So you're going to have a farm theater. I was wondering if you pinged him, Steve. All right. Verna says, got a horse running upstairs. At least that's what it sounds like. Probably their shepherd. Maybe. Yes, probably. Probably. Okay. And Joy says, ruins looks like mallards, but they're domesticated. Okay. Interesting. All right. You were the guilty one? Why were you the? Oh, you were the you were the guilty one. Got it, Verna. Oh, all right. So yeah, so that is an event that is happening Labor Day weekend. Is that what we said? I never remember which weekend that is. I mean, I know when it is. I just don't remember the name of the holiday. I get Labor Day and Memorial Day mixed up for some reason. Wait, Memorial Day? Anyway, whatever it was, it is September, August, September, right there. You don't usually prod the sleeping bear. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I wanted to let you guys know about that. And yeah. And Jacob says I will be going to the homesteading convention this year. Awesome. Which one is that? Is that the one by because you're the one in Wisconsin? Is that right? Am I right? I don't remember. Labor Day. Okay. Yeah. I think you're in Wisconsin. Well, have fun at that. Have fun at that. Yeah, so Dawn says I used to raise quail in a wheelchair. I just got 2 new knees 5 months ago. Just restarted quail and rabbits are next, which is awesome. That's so awesome. Oh, going to Louisiana. That's good. Because there's some sort of other homesteading convention. I never remember where it is. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to the Quail Depot one. Awesome. Good. Good. We like this. Yeah. Oh no. Erica is a student service dog named Lucas. Lucas was attacked by a huge 200-pound service dog today. He handled it like a champ. Is he okay? I'm guessing he is because he didn't say anymore, but hopefully he's okay. He's such a sweetheart. I met him when he was, how old was he when I met him? A teeny tiny puppy. Yeah. Dawn says, I can't believe I'm doing quail right now, standing up. My cages are weird when I stand up, not used to them. You might just have to keep like a stool in there or something, It'd be fun. Jennifer's here. Welcome, Jennifer. Good evening. I'm late. I was playing with my sourdough. Was it playing back? That sounds like fun. And I hope you're going to join us for on the 26th is a Saturday. We're going to make cake and beef stroganoff, and it's going to be fun. So Jennifer is a Katrina's Gift. She's a member. Oh, he just got scared. Okay. He isn't much bigger. Yeah, I know. Okay, he was 3 months old when I met him. Yeah. He's a pretty small dude. Pretty small dude. Yeah. 11 pounds now. Okay. So he's just a little bigger than my rabbits. My rabbits are around 10 pounds. The chickens are around 10 pounds too. So everybody's 10 pounds except for me. Yeah. Sourdough Pop-Tarts. Oh my gosh, Andy. You're the one that finds all the weird stuff, right? Do you found a recipe or you found that actually in the store? Yes, I do have an ingredient list, and I'll be sending it out. But I have it right here. So I'm not gonna say the amounts on here because it's for you guys. And it is blanched hazelnuts or blanched almonds. I'm using slivered almonds because all blanched means is it doesn't have the outer peel. You can blanch them if you want, but I'm doing that. Semi-sweet chocolate, butter, honey, lots of eggs, and salt. And then icing is heavy whipping cream and more semi-sweet chocolate. And then that's the cake. That's the most important part. And then we are making beef stroganoff, which is mostly ground beef or shredded beef, whatever kind of beef you want. I am using egg noodles from the store because we've made noodles before. We're going to spend enough time making stuff for the cake. I want something easy for my birthday. I mean, it's my birthday month. And then the sauce is mostly sour cream. I think we usually put mushrooms in it too, but it's and then I'm gonna add peas. So whatever you want to add, vegetable wise or whatever goes with that, it's good. But yeah, that is those are the ingredients. But I will send that out. So I happened to sending it out like before the weekend before. Do you guys prefer to have it earlier than that? I guess that's a question I should ask. All right, let's see what people say. Dawn says the floor of the upper layer of cages used to be at my chin level. Now I have to bend over. I'm taller than the cages. Oh, how funny. All right. PJ, I agree. She says, I think when I get settled, we should start sourdough. Let's do that. Let's do that once you get settled. Hurry up. All right. Andy is referencing history. She once had a 10-pound quail. LOL. I misspoke one live about a 10-pound quail, and it was a 10 ounces at 10 weeks is a jumbo, not 10 pounds. That's an extra jumbo, and you're probably raising a chicken. No, at 10 weeks old, you're probably raising a triceratops. Yeah, Steve, that's exactly what I was talking about. Probably a sourdough Dr. Pepper tart. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is exactly it. Oh my gosh. All right. Erica says he's going to do his canine good citizen testing Wednesday. Awesome. Awesome. Andy says I saw it on Facebook one day when I was actually on there a few minutes. Okay. Oh, Vern, I'm glad you found a source of eggs. Speaking of eggs, I got some farm fresh delivered today. Will you please tell my girls to that they're chickens and that they have light and that they have calcium and that they have all the stuff they need? No, that would be great. Oh, and for some reason, Oviraptor is molting again. Like she molted at the beginning of winter, and now she's like, I need to do this over here. I don't know. Oh, and the yolks are so orange, they're almost red. That is amazing. Yeah, at least a week ahead. That's what I have been doing. Okay. I've just been talking about it because I actually know what we're doing, and it's like on the 26th. So that's good. Yeah, Dawn should put her cages on blocks. Exactly. Okay, at least a week in advance. Okay. Leslie's here. We haven't seen you in a while, Leslie. I hope you're doing good. I hope your quail are doing good. Hello from Wyoming. Yeah, let me know. Jennifer wants to know if PJ has a sourdough starter. And her answer is, I had some sourdough in my fridge for 3 years, cleaned it out, and it smelled good, but I didn't want to risk it. Oh boy. And Andy says, I have a sourdough starter, but I haven't had time to bake anything yet. Yeah, that is interesting. Different starters do different things. And like what I need to do is we can start one, but I should get one from one of my friends who he has a method of using it like once a month or once every couple of weeks. Like you don't have to use it every week. And I need to learn that. And man, when I was still in the office and he was learning this, a coworker, we had sourdough like 3 times a week. Fresh sourdough with some butter. It's just like we're all gaining weight. But he was learning sourdough, and it was a good time. Good time for being in the office. All right. So Leslie's asking, what is the life of a nurture right incubator before it should be replaced? I have no idea. Has anybody used that one? Hopefully it should last you a good long while, but I don't know. I've never used one. So anybody who has, chime in, please. Erica says my girls keep hiding their eggs. Yeah. Well, if they are, then if mine are, then I don't know where they're hiding them. Yeah. Verna says, I don't know. I prefer Little Giant. Does Matt have nurture right? Is that his little? No, he has a different kind, doesn't he? I just know he has the dome kind. Matt with grafted branch. He has some smaller ones. I don't know. Don says an 80-year-old friend of mine got 100 14-month-old hens from his Amish buddies. We have all the eggs we need now. He's even selling them to a mom pop store off the shelf too. That is awesome. That is awesome. And thank you, Steve, for sending me the cottage food stuff because totally I can look these things up. I just haven't. And honestly, I just saw it and I have not gone through it yet, but I do have it bookmarked and I do know it exists. And I thank you. Look it out for me. Okay. And Steve is answering Leslie's question. Years. Just clean the fans thoroughly. That is a really good point. So if your incubator isn't working quite right, it might be your fans. And that they're really easy if you get like the can of air that people use for like their keyboards and stuff. If you get that and blow it in with a fan after every incubation, it cuts down on how often you have to actually get into the actual fan part to clean that out. And if you're cleaning it out, a Q-tip works really well. Any other tips for cleaning your fan? Anybody? Those are my 2 tips. When using your can of air, do it outside with the windows closed, because you will get baby fluff. Not that's not fur. Baby fluff feathers all over when you do that. When they hatch, they just yeah. Andy says another thing to show spring is here. I opened the sandbox today. There was 12 eggs in there. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, my neighbor's chickens are being proper chickens. Mine are being freeloaders. Rexy's taking a while to molt. Like she isn't molting like she has before. She's taking like, oh, here and here. So I don't know if it's just they're not used to this winter thing that is a little colder, or like I don't know if how they grew up affects how they are now. I can see it might, but having it be a different season, maybe not. I mean, this is the first time I asked them to lay all winter long, and they really didn't. So I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Dawn says to Leslie, I don't know. I had one for part of a year and I sold it and moved up to Barado and Little Giant both. Yeah. Okay, Erica says I plan on doing a sourdough starter. Okay, Katrina's kits. I don't know, raise of hands. I don't even know what the raise of hands emoji thingy is. Should we? I think we should do that. And I think, well, I'm not going to say wait until PJ moves, but PJ, hurry up and move. But I think that's good. I think once people are once she's settled, and if anybody else is settling, I think starting that is good. Very cool. All right. And actually, I might have a really good one. I have the Tassajara bread cookbook, and Tassajara is it was so this was by the monks. So there was a monk. What do you call it? A monkery is not the right word. What is the right word? Monastery. Oh my gosh. There was a monastery. That was bad. Um, in California, in Tassajara region, and they made this bread book, and they would make bread, and they sold it, and so they made this recipe book. I got it for a nickel. Should I go get it and show you guys? I'll go get it and show you guys. That is the Tassajara bread book, and it is super, super good. It's pretty thin, but let's see when it was written. I got this for a nickel at a thrift store before I even knew there was a monastery in the area, and it's fairly close to where I used to live. 1970, Shambhala, Berkeley. So yeah, this probably has a really good directions for sourdough starter, I would guess. I'm just guessing because I haven't actually looked, but I mean, they have this whole background and all of that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll look through that and see if that's in there. But yeah. All right, let me bring you guys closer again. Okay. All right. Matt has an off-brand similar one. I didn't know what brand it was. Yeah. Okay. Check connection for the heaters. That's a good one. Make sure your fans are blowing. That's a good one. Dawn says I was talking with a friend the other day and realized I can go to swap meets and the big flea markets now for the first time since 2018. Got a swap meet on the 4th. Awesome. I don't know what any of that is around here because I haven't honestly looked. I've been so busy. I just got involved in the local group that puts on programs and stuff. And so the first one I'll be involved in is the Easter egg. You know, we hide the Easter eggs for the kids and stuff. So yeah. Okay, Andy says I was told to put the starter in the fridge and add a little water and flour anytime it gets liquid on top of it. Start with a small amount, then add a small amount of water and flour at a time. When the jar gets full, either cook with it or toss some away. You do have to feed it, but like it can't just sit in the fridge by itself forever without being fed because it just eats it. But yeah, I'll have to talk with my friend. He perfected it. Yeah. Jacob says I have Nurturite 360. have had it about 6 to 7 months. It's been running basically nonstop, but honestly, not a great incubator. It's economical. So I have not had one of these, but some ways to address some of the things that it typically has wrong with it is to wrap it in a blanket because it's not insulated well. So if you wrap it in a blanket, have the little reader, not wrapped so you can see it, but wrap it with a blanket, and that will be more consistent. And then making sure that you have a secondary thermometer hydrometer in there. Govee is a really good one. What is the other one? There's another brand that's pretty good. Somebody let me know, because I know there is one, but I don't know what the name of it is. The digital, most of the digital ones, like if you just look up and on Amazon, buy digital thermometer. I bought one that had 4 of them in it, and every single one was different. Like they're not calibrated against anything. So Govee's calibrated. There is a way to calibrate. If you ever need to know how, ask Verna. That's the easiest way because she knows it all about that. But yeah, that is a good tip, is to wrap it. Yeah, good tips. Good tips. Dawn says I blow my fans and lids with an air compressor. Yeah, so that's the same thing. I mean, your air compressor is, I'm not going to say it's free because electricity's not, but neither is buying a can of air. But yeah, that, and it probably has a better force on an air compressor. But I don't have an air compressor. Okay, sometimes I vacuum the fan off. Yep. And sometimes it sticks and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah. PJ says, okay, friends, my time has come to go to bed. Have a great night. I'll still be listening as I fall asleep. What should we make her dream of? Good night, PJ. I hope you have a good night and wake up with a new job and new house. Oh, good night. All right. Jacob says it has large temperature swings, but I bought a crocheted cover and that has helped with the temperature swings a ton. Exactly. All it needed was a blanket. It didn't have to be crocheted. It could have been. But yeah, it's not very well insulated. Like it's super awesome because you can see things, which is, cool to see stuff. But yeah, the temperature swings is what you want to reduce, because that can also not be great for your hatch. All right. Everybody say good night to you, PJ. Ever try Feather Fixer for chickens? I forgot about it, and I'm going to town Tuesday, so maybe I'll stop at Tractor Supply. They have it there, right? I don't even remember what it is. I just remember the name. I might do that. They might need a little shot of something. Is that what you're saying? I mean, they had rabbit guts. And they had rabbit bones that had been processed from the bone broth, so they're squishy. And they love all that stuff. So they're getting good stuff on top of all their food. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. One of my neighbors said that they had an issue, but it was a different feed, and they switched feeds, and that is better because now they have tons of eggs. So I don't really want to go where they went because it's the opposite direction I usually go. It's like 45 minutes this way to 25 minutes that way. Like, but you know what? I might pick up something at Tractor Supply for the chickens. I went to the other place. I went to Mini Pet Mart. Apparently it's a chain, but they have 18%, 16%. Whatever the higher percentage is for the protein for the rabbits, they have it there. They don't have it anywhere else in town. And so, like, when you look at the protein of other ones, like at 14, and I'm like, that's not a meat rabbit protein. Like, let's up the protein for the meat rabbits. So that might be it. But and I just happened to get the chicken food there because I'm already there. So I might pick up a different bag, switch them out after what they have in there, and then see if that helps. And then if it does, I might kind of mix it in until they eat the rest of the other stuff. Yeah. All right. Feather fixer. You know what? Let me put that into my notes here. My password will work. Feather fixer. Not foxer, fixer. Spell check. Okay. It did not want me to say fixer. All right. Steve says if you are not going to use the incubator, you can use a good quality contact cleaner. Most have no odor after use. Oh, you mean if you're not going to use it right away and then it evaporates because you don't want to put that back in. I've still done the Listerine, half Listerine and half water. That's worked out great. The Listerine to use is the Listerine Gold or the original color. It's like an amber color, not the minty whatever. And that's worked great. In fact, I lent a incubator to the neighbor theirs wasn't working. Then theirs ended up working again, so they're using theirs. All right. You want to see the 5-cent book? I already did, but I'm just getting to the comment. Here it is. Here's my 5 cents worth. And it's awesome. And what do I have marked? You like my bookmark? I haven't bought a can of green beans in years. Chicken and green bean Alfredo. Apparently, I thought this was something I should make. I haven't made it. Maybe this summer. It sounds good. Tassajara yeasted bread. That's what it's marking. They have a really, really good methodology in here where it's not kneading the bread. You're basically folding it in a bowl, and it does something different. It's a white bread recipe. I wish it was like a little bit more flavorful, but it's good white bread. They have fruit-filled stuff. They have all sorts of stuff. They have how to fold, pictures of it, and all that. So it's a good book. And again, like I said in my video from last week, it's the well-loved looking ones that you should get. Yeah. Andy says you could get a starter or make one and dehydrate it and send it out to people. Ooh, that would be good too. I wonder if I could start one with my friends, and I could actually freeze dry it because I think that comes back. We could test this. I could test this and then do it. And there you go. Steve is saying the same thing. You can freeze dry sourdough starter for long-term storage, and it's a good way to preserve it, although it requires rehydration and feeding to reactivate. But we could do that. We could all be baking with the same thing. Oh my gosh, guys, join Katrina's kits. I have no idea how much it would cost to send you guys. It would probably be the whole thing of what your what is it called? Your monthly fee, I guess. Your monthly contribution is, but it'd be a good idea. I think we could do that. If it's freeze dried, I could freeze dry it and powder it and send you powder in the mail. Yeah, because that's something people who are my age will understand. It's just sourdough. Okay. But that is a fabulous idea. Did you lose sound? Anybody lose sound? Okay, just you. Hopefully I'm back. Yep. That is good. All right. Something's posted in Newbie Quill Lovers. What's posted in Newbie Quill Lovers? I missed something. All right, to dehydrate a starter, you just spread it out thinly on a wax paper till dry, crush it up, and 1 tablespoon to make a new starter. Yep. Good. Fixed. Good. What? Oh, how to calibrate. Got it. Drop the like to newbie quail lovers. The link. Okay. The link to newbie quail lovers post to. Okay. If you haven't signed up for newbie quail lovers and you're growing quail, raising quail, sign up for that. And where is that? Is it in the documents, Verna? Verna has a post in there on how to calibrate a goby, and I think it's searchable somehow. Okay, I'm sorry, Verna. Verna says if you suspect a feed problem, give them rice and lentil beans. If they start laying, then it was because of missing nutrients. That's true. I do have lentils that I freeze dried. I cooked and then freeze dried because that's fabulous to be able to cook something like a lentil that takes 45 minutes to cook after the water's boiled, so like an hour to cook, and to freeze dry them, because then you can just add them. You're like, oh, here's a fourth a cup, here's a whatever. Yeah. Steve, you should be able to post links. You're a moderator. Let's see. I can't change anything for you here. Did I not set you up right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, you put a link. Oh, it's a pinned comment. Okay, got it. Got it. It's a pinned comment. All right. I'll have to cook some rice and do that. But I still probably will get a different feed bag. How long do you have to do that until you see a result, Myrna? Jackie says I have 4 different, I don't know what that word is. I have different opinions about the feed for quail. I'm going to stick with 30% protein. Great tip on the bone broth. I make that for my dog and cats. I plan on fermenting the food. Yeah, you don't need 30% after they're adults. So after they're 8 weeks old, you can feed them the same thing your chickens are getting, and they will do fine. If you're feeding for meat, I would just keep it on the 30%. Or I had 27%. Excuse me. I had 27% available to me when I raised them, and that was fine. But if you keep on the higher protein until at least 8 weeks, and then like let's say you're growing them out to 8 weeks or to 10 weeks, I would just keep them on that. But then your egg layers and your breeders, it's fine to reduce it to the same as what you would feed your chickens, the 16%. Yeah. But yeah, bone broth is always a good thing. Yeah, bone broth is always a good plan. And then also the bones of that and whatever meat was clinging on it, you can give to your birds, and they will love it. Yeah. Hey, 340 Quail Farms here. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I hope all the storms were okay with you. Oh, how did your EcoFlow turn out? I want to know this. I never heard the answer. I'm getting mine installed. Like the electricians were here today. They're doing that, and then they're going to be working on the house part, and then working on the permit right now to get the solar panels up for that. So I'm doing a whole solar panel system. But I want to know how yours worked in the storm. It's been a while. All right, but welcome, Tim. All right, Dawn says I dehydrated homemade yeast. Awesome. Did you have you rehydrated and used it? Yeah. Jacob says right now is the first time since last November that all 3 of my incubators are empty at the same time. I understand this. I know I don't have quail right now. Since I've been in Oregon, I don't have quail, and I have plans to have quail again. I just don't have them right now. And it's so funny because like Berna put up her blast from the past video. Was it last week or week before? And I was just listening to it. I'm like, oh, quail. Because you get used to that little, and when it's not there, it's not there. Steve says membership, but I don't know what's in the reference to because I think you typed that a long time ago. What are we talking about? Oh, if you are not a member, answer the membership questions. What? Oh, got it. Okay. Only need to send 1 or 2 tablespoons of it in the mail. Yep. Send some white powder in the mail. Yeah, exactly, Steve. We need like highly visible stickers on here. Yeast, starter, sourdough. Don't put dough. Don't put dough. It has to be sourdough. Oh my gosh. Andy says, do you know in the olden days they would use extra sourdough to fill the logs in the cabin? If they ever got lost, the starter, they would scrape some out and start a new one. That is interesting. I guess it would probably act as a glue otherwise, right? Interesting. Yeah, not suspicious at all. Erica says, that's what I say. You gotta have like highly visible stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Ed's here. Welcome, Ed. I hope you and Wendy are doing fabulous. Is everybody back to as healthy as we can expect? I hope so. And I hope that Wendy's leg is doing well. Let us know. It says, I see your house didn't float away. Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well with everyone. Yes, things are good here. I don't know if you meant Christina or Katrina because I know the Udros were on here for a minute. But yeah, it has not floated away. The disaster relief people were here last, I think it was Friday. It's either Thursday or Friday. And so there was the county relief people, there's Red Cross, there were like 4 or 5 different agencies at one of the local places that puts on a lot of events. And so I went and I told the damage that I have, which is not a whole lot. I mean, water did get under the house. I do need a French drain, and that is a flood related thing. I do have some damage to the driveway up to, I keep calling it a road. I probably should call it a driveway. But the driveway up to the other house, there's some damage that if it stays the same is completely fine. But if it, it starts gullying more, then that becomes a problem. And I still have not been up to where I know it took out part of the road because the previous big storm took it from being a foot drop in the track to 5 feet. And so, and then I do know while the water was running that the other track was being gullied out. So I don't know what that looks like, but I did tell them about that because I know the more people that come in with issues, the more likelihood the community will get funding. So we'll see. We'll see if that's something that happens. And yeah, it's good. Okay, so Govee is a pinned comment in Newbie Quail Lovers on Facebook. So if you need to calibrate, that is a pinned comment. Awesome. Thank you. Ed, pinch myself. Steve says, I know. We haven't seen Ed in a while. All right. It's a post. It was not a picture or something that can be shared. Oh, okay. Thank you, Steve. I just think we should share these good things. Amy said, Andy, not Amy. Where's Amy? She's not here. Andy said, my friend sent me a dehydrated sourdough starter, Erica. It was more clumpy than a powder. Yeah, I don't think it has to be a powder, but you could make it a powder. Why are you saying it was not suspicious? Hey, I get that, Ed. Time with wife more important. As long as you say hi to Wendy from all of us and give her big hugs, we're good with that. And I hope her leg is doing better, and I hope just everybody's more relaxed because that is definitely something you guys need. Yeah. Yep, that's exactly it. Steve says, I've met your wife, Ed. I'd make that decision as well. I know. Wendy's awesome. Wendy's awesome. Homestead Matters here. Welcome, welcome. Howdy, howdy. Sorry for the late join in. I hope everyone is doing well. We are doing good. Doing good here. It's awesome. All right. So Verna says, if you want to fatten your quail before harvesting, I have a video on that. Good, good. Awesome. And if you have older quail that you process, they're going to have some nice yellow fat on them. Like people say quail don't have fat. They can. They can. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. And I figured you were talking to me, but I was like, oh, well, Keisha was on here too, and I'd answer it. There you go. All right. Dawn says, yes, did rehydrate it and put it up for long to run. Awesome. Good, good. Homestead Matter says, if you want to come up to Lane County, I got you on the quail eggs. All right. Thank you. I'm actually thinking I might get Ghidro's eggs. But we will keep this in mind. We will keep this in mind. Awesome. Quail are awesome. Dawn says, one of my friends, Mary, sent me dehydrated sourdough starter. I'm gluten-free, so it's safe too. Oh, how funny. Oh, Mary must be popular. Getting around Andy too. All right. Ed says, Wendy's walking with a limp. She may never walk like she did before. Weather changes. Oh, makes her knee with metal and it hurt. I'm still holding this recliner down. Not much has changed. All right. Well, no more rock climbing for Wendy. I don't think she's arguing with that. Yeah. Man. Well, good luck to her, and yeah, maybe wrap that knee with some wrap the metal area with some heating pads or something. Yeah. Jacob says Aaron has become my egg dealer now. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Home says that Aaron should be shipping me some jumbo white eggs this week. Awesome. Hit me up in 3 months. Very cool. Very cool. Good people over there. Good people. Yeah. Joy wants to know more Homestead Matters. Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on, a lot of plans, a lot of all that. I did get in touch with the fence people again. They're going to be putting in big game fencing around the food forest, but I need to send them one more thing, and then they can get pricing and all of that. But first, I need to get, and I forgot to do phone calls today. I'll have to do phone calls tomorrow. There's a couple people called to see about clearing part of that land for the food forest. So it's going to be classified as a clear cut. Unfortunately, it's classified as that because it's I think you have to save like, is it saving 80% for it to be a thinning or something like that? It's saving more than I'm saving. So I mean, I am saving some stuff, but most of the Douglas firs are going to go unless they're on the upslope, because those grow very quickly and shade out everything. So there you go. And yeah. Okay, Jacob says, most of my 60-some quail are from them, and I sold about 30 birds this month. Awesome. And Homestead says, who wants to go to Gulf Coast Homesteading Convention? I do, but no one to watch the birds and kids. You have time. You have time to train someone how to do that. Yeah, it's good. I'm hoping to go. I got to look at some things, but I'm hoping to go. All right. Andy says, I bought some heated knee pads brace whatever you want to call it. It is rechargeable snow wires. Okay, so that might be something to get Wendy. Erin's here. I might go to Homestead Matters. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, you better. All right, Jacob's going. Awesome. Is Erin going? I think I'll go, Steve says. All right, Tim's back. EcoFlow worked awesome during the storms. The solar portion charged slow, overcast during storm time frame. Where'd you go? There we are. But kept incubator going for at least 2 days. Awesome. Did you have one battery? Is it just the brains and one battery? I'm glad that worked for you. I'm glad that worked for you. Oh, Verna, I'm sorry. Sue says, when I go away, I just fill the food and water to the brim. Just do the same for kids and go. I don't recommend that. 340 says, plan to get a bigger one because, of course, I have multiple incubators going all the time now. Yeah. So Tim, I am actually doing a whole house, and we figured out that I can. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. I can do the whole house except for, so it wouldn't do the cabin, but it would do the whole house except for the dryer, I think. And so I have 6 batteries and 2 inverters, and then the panel. And so I'm going big. I'm going big because I've been told by too many people that we lose power quite a bit here in the winter time, and then also in the summertime they shut off power because wind and heat and all that. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'd like to have power. I think self-sufficiency in that respect is a good thing. And so across the street in the pasture, actually in between the leach field and the fence, they made it so they can fit there. So it's usable space that's going to be fenced off anyway. There's going to be solar panels over there. So it's happening. It's happening. It's awesome. Yeah, backups is good. Jackie says, have a great night, everyone. I hope to catch you on another live. This was fun and informative. Thank you all again. Yes, welcome to come back every Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we do all these interesting things on the channel, homesteading related. All right. Aaron's going, I'm definitely out. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right. Good night, Jackie. Yeah. So the electricity stuff is very interesting in this house. Went around with the electrician to figure out like what's connected to what. All of the ceiling and all of the plugs in most of the house are on 115. Is it 15 amp breaker? Whatever the units are. And I'm like, what? And then the bathroom's on its own, and kitchen has a couple, But like most of the house, like he kept on and that he's telling his helper outside this and this and this. And so he just wrote down everything. That's the everything breaker. And it works. It's how the house was wired. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, can't quite fit everything with it is because of the panel. Panel only accepts it in a certain way. But yeah, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be good. And I will be hopefully paying a minimal electric bill at that point. Yeah. Jacob says, I'm going to jump off, have to go eat dinner, and head to bed soon. Have to be up early tomorrow. Thank you for coming, and good luck with everything. Good luck with your chicken coop. And yeah, enjoy. And hopefully you'll join us on the 26th for our cooking in the kitchen. It's fun. Yeah. So, who else is having spring? Is anybody not in spring yet? because we're like in spring, but it just snowed. So I don't know what that means if it's actually spring. Yeah, there's some different things coming up. Starting to see some different flowers. There's some crocus coming up. There's the trifolium coming up. Daffodils are still up. They're still up. I have some dandelions in the pasture, so did not know I had those, but there's a few of them over there, which means there'll be more, which is not a bad thing. And things are starting to grow. Buds are starting on the trees and all of that. Will be summer for a day on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, along with severe weather. Well, you know what? One day, hopefully nothing major happens, and hopefully then you're done for a while. Yeah. So I have plans to do the garden beds, to refresh them, and honestly, what I need to do is I need to get the things I have in temporary, the plants I have in temporary storage. I need to get them in a temporary spot, so it'll be planted probably closer together than they would otherwise be. But I want to expect them to be there until potentially next winter, because I don't know when everything's going to get done over here, and how it's going to look and all that. And it's good to plant them when they are dormant. So I might just designate a big corner of the garden to that. Now this year I am expanding the garden, so I can do that and still have garden space. Yeah. And Dawn says I'm starting spring. Just daffodils up and open here. The grass needing to be cut. The grass is growing. Next week, from so much rain, pick dandelions for the parrot to eat. Awesome. You need to teach him to pick his own. My dad's here. Welcome, welcome. Nice solitube. Yes. Anybody is trying to figure out what that is called a solitube. And when the electrician was here today, we were testing all the different circuits, and the kitchen light went out, but that one stayed on. He looked at it a couple seconds too long. He goes, solitube. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, solitubes are awesome. And there's still one that needs to be put in the bathroom. That hole has been cut for a very long time. Everything's cut except for the metal of the roof. And it's just been raining. So waiting for the rain to stop for the person to come back. All right, we mowed today, Andy says. I am slacking with the mowing. Steve, yeah, you mowed twice already. Never heard of them before. Have you heard of, what's the other one? What's that thing? Solitube. And what's the other one? If I type in Solitube competitor, will that pop up something? Solitube is, let's see, competitor. There we go. Yeah, Velux, Velux is the other one. So solitubes are, there'll be a dome on top, and then a tube that goes through the attic, and then something that looks like that. And that is basically the tube that goes through the attic is highly, highly super extra reflective. And so what it does is it takes the light from on top of your roof, and it goes in and it bounces off and reflects and multiplies and all of that, and then comes out the bottom, and it looks like a light. Like people try and turn off the light switch, and there it doesn't make it, because you can't turn off the sun, and you shouldn't turn off the sun if you could. And they work really, really well. And my parents got them in the laundry room and the bathrooms after I moved out. And so we did not get the benefit of that. But in darker places, it's really good. So I have one there, and I have one in the bathroom, but right on the inside of the door. So that should light the hallway a little bit. I really want one more in the study in that room back. That room back there. Um, I need to see if the guy will put it in. Put it in if I ask him. Yeah. All right. I gotta roll up. Scrolling. Okay, we don't mow. What isn't hayfield is goat pasture. There we go. What exactly is a solar tube? I think I just answered it. Solar tubes are great. We've had 3 for many years, my dad says. Sun tunnel, tubular skylight. We just call them skylights. They're not skylights, though. They are amplifiers of the light. So you don't actually see sky through it. It bounces off these highly reflective tubes that like amplifies the amount of light. Like it could be a cloud. Like right now, you can see light through there, and it's the sun just went down, and you can still see light through there. I mean, it's a different color. That's okay. But even on a cloudy day, like today was cloudy all day, and it was so bright that the electrician was like, "Why isn't that light turning off?" So I mean, it amplifies that. Yeah. All right. Now it's time to get off. I'm late. Have a good night. Happy birthday. Thank you, Dawn. And Verna says, "Oh, I see. OLO. LOL." Andy says the hubby mowed before he had surgery because he said it would be a few weeks till he could again. That's a good idea. Did surgery a week and 3 days ago. I took a nap and woke up to him mowing. Yeah, you took the lawnmower for him. Good job. Good job. He says going to rain for a week. It needs it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it can wait. Oh man. Yeah, solar tubes are good. And they have different ones. There's one that is like a bathroom one, which has a nightlight built into it. And if it had a nightlight that I could turn on and off, then I would have gone with that because I think that makes sense. But it's all in there. It's like on all the time, which doesn't make sense because it's solar operated and there's the sun. There you go. No, yeah. Oh, my dad says, "Talk to you tomorrow, kid. The cake looks good." So my mom made a cake. The cake that we are making in our membership on the 26th that I keep talking about. My mom made it today, I think. Yeah, today or yesterday. Um, and I don't know, are you guys having it tonight too? She has a get together that she's going to tomorrow that I think she's gonna take it to. But she said from beginning to end, it took her 4 hours. That's prepping, cooking, cooling, frosting, all of that. But we typically go like 2.5, 3 hours. I think the most we've gone 3.5, maybe. But it's fun and totally affordable, like especially for the hours that we do. Yeah, but it's fun. Okay, waiting for my birthday. Okay, nothing tonight. Okay. Well, hopefully it's delicious, and you better tell me if it's not, because we'll change the plans. No, I'm sure it is delicious. It looks good, though, huh? All right. Yeah. Um, she made it with hazelnuts, but the hazelnuts were not blanched because they're hazelnut pieces, and so the little skins are in there. And I don't know how much it really matters. It might not. I would love to make it with hazelnuts, but I can't find hazelnuts um, that are not blanched. I found what she used, but yeah, they can start eating after midnight, after 1:22. I think that's when I was born. They're going to be specific here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So things are good, and cake is good, and I think we have a good idea from PJ to do the sourdough starter, and I should ask my friend if he's going to send me that starter if I'm ready. Because that would be fun to all have the same starter to cook from and bake from. Yeah. And I know Erica, you're not a gluten person. Do starters exist for non-gluten things? I have no idea. I have not looked into this. I've not looked into leavening for non-gluten breads. I mean, there's always the baking powder, baking flour, baking powder or baking soda, but I do not know about that. So I don't know if Erica's still on here or not, but that would be a question for Erica. Yes. So there is a starter. What is it? Is it yeast? Is it a yeast starter? So can you make it with rice flour? Yeah, they will form different tastes as the taste of the starter and its location of where they're grown. Correct. Also what you feed it. So you can like put a grape in there or put a piece of strawberry in there, or you can put different things in there to give it a little bit of flavor too. Okay, so Steve's saying even gluten-free starters have gluten in them. That's false advertising. Interesting. Or maybe the starters, maybe it's that they eat through all the stuff that has the gluten in it. I don't think so. I think I'm confusing myself. Anyway, yeah, so we can try that for sure. For sure. I know a lot of people make sourdough starter pancakes with like the leftover, not leftovers, but like if it's getting out of control and they need to use some, they use that. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You can eat ancient grains like spelt or acorn wheat. So you can use them. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Andy says the kneading and stretching makes the gluten. But I think it's in there already, some of it, right? I need to look into this. I know there's information about this in here that I have read, and it's in here somewhere. But where, I don't know. Yeah, this is a fantastic book, though. It really is. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at how much it cost and when it came out. $2.95. Less than $3 for this book of recipes. Oh my gosh. So awesome. Yeah. Look, they have a whole thing about yeast. It just says about yeast with a little Buddha guy there. Utensils, all this stuff. Oh, they're talking about different flours. There's carob flour. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Carob flour. Okay, I need to put this down. I did tell you I sit on the floor and look at cookbooks a lot, right? Yeah. Okay, Steve says there are several types of flours, including, I'm going to guess that this means rye, that can be used. Yeah. Yep, that's true. That is true. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer says, good night, Katrina. Happy birthday. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jennifer. Good to see you on here. And I hope you join us on the 26th. Yeah. Yeah, I just never thought of making a sourdough starter out of anything but wheat, because that's what sourdough starter is to me. But I guess you could do a whole lot of different things, huh? Does rye have gluten? Rye flour is wonderful. Andy says, from the research I've done, it says it's impossible to be gluten-free completely unless you don't stretch it at all. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I know that's how you increase the gluten. I just don't know all that. I need to look in my my cookbooks on the chemistry of cooking, and see what the actual process is for that. I looked it up at one point. I do not remember what it is. I look up a lot of things. I remember them sometimes and sometimes I don't. So, yeah. Hmm. All right. Um. Oh, Verna is saying, "Blessed Natal Day, Katrina. Time to walk, Lucy. Have a blessed week, everyone." Thank you, thank you, and thank you for moderating and being awesome. Yeah. Have fun with Lucy, and I hope she does well on Wednesday, with hopefully not as bad a storm as you're expecting. So, um, yeah. Andy says, but I'm not gluten free, so I haven't researched gluten free sourdough. It's just in some of what I have. Yeah, it's not something I've looked at either. I rely on Erica for all things gluten questions. Like, she's my expert because she lives it. And I know you're okay with me sharing that, so that's good. Um, Barley, wheat, and rye all have gluten. Okay. Um, Not a fan of barley. I've had it in soups. I think that's probably the only thing I've had it in. I'm not a fan of it. Um, I like millet. Millet's tasty. Maybe I can grow millet. I know there was there's one piece of wheat. Someone grew wheat somewhere here. I don't know if it was here or down the road or what, but there was one grass stem of wheat with one little, you know, thing of wheat seeds, and right by the road. So someone must have grown it. Fell off a truck or something. I don't know. My pasture is almost completely wild oats, which is something that was brought in by ranchers. And so I definitely need to help out that pasture. Right now, it's being helped out by having little packets of nutrition being dropped on it by the bunnies. And they're doing a good job of that. Um, they have 2 more weeks over there, and then they're going to be processed. And then once they are processed, it's going to be a while before more bunnies go in there, because how old are these other ones? Penny's babies just opened their eyes. I don't know if you guys saw that in the weekend review, but her babies are starting to open their eyes, and they usually open at 10 days. And I think they're open a little early, but let's just say they're a week just for ease. So it would be 4 more weeks. So the pasture wouldn't have anything on it for 2 weeks. Um, at least 2 weeks. Yeah. So uh, that's fine. But it's nice for it to be able to be used now. Yeah. Um, I thought milk was for birds, Steve says. It's also for people, and it's wonderful, and you should try it. um, you can buy millet for sprouting too. I think. I think I saw that somewhere. I don't know. I have had. Where have I had millet? It was cooked. I don't remember where. I don't remember who. I think it was a person at their house. Maybe I don't remember. But it's good. Erica said I don't have a problem with barley or rye because it's not the gluten I'm allergic to. It's something in modern wheat. Okay. So we had talked about this before, that it might be something in modern wheat, or it might be that the way wheat is harvested these days doesn't allow that fermentation to break down part of the wheat. Because people used to, when they would gather wheat, they'd put them in bunches and stand them up to dry all the way, and that would ferment a little bit before it got to people. Now they just and take it off. Yeah. It's easier to look for gluten-free food. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, millet is actually a good cereal. Yeah. I don't know. So cereal as in like as opposed to oatmeal, or cereal as in it's a grain. It's a cereal grain. It's tasty. Yeah. Andy says my phone is not wanting to charge, so if it dies, I'll say goodbye now, just in case. Oh, I hope it continues, and I hope you actually get it to charge. But in case, good night. Yeah, millet is good. For some reason, you got a craving for bowl of cereal, probably because Erica is in your head. Okay, good for both. That's good. Yeah, I've had millet. I don't even remember when I had it. It must have been somebody who made it. I don't know where else it would be. I don't think it would be in a restaurant. I just remember it tasting really good, and I don't remember what it tastes like. Yeah, cooked it hot as hot cereal, that'd be good. That'd be good. Kind of like stone cut oats are so much better than like your regular rolled oatmeal. Um, and it's so good. And I should actually make that. I think I have some. I think I have some. Part of my problem is all of this stuff in this cabinet over here was in totes for so many months that I don't remember everything that I have. Um, but I know I had it at one point. I don't remember if I finished. I think I might have finished it. Anyway, stone cut oats are very good. Also, fresh oats are good too. So like I have the wild oats that are in the pasture. Um, and when the seeds are starting to get when they're green and plump, then they're really good. And they're super sweet. They're super sweet. So yeah. Um, but yeah, that and I would like to do amaranth and coxcomb. It's a flower, but it's also used for soups, and quinoa. And I think for both quinoa and amaranth, you really should grow one type at a time because they readily cross if you want things to continue as that type. If you don't care if they cross, then plant whatever you want. But some of those grains you can grow pretty well, and I don't know how exactly things grow here yet. And once I open up the food forest area, I think it would be kind of cool to have some more grain type stuff in there, and um, just some different things. So it's fun. It's fun. Um, yeah, there's a lot of grains. What other grains would you guys plant? Sorghum, I guess, is one of them. Are there other grains that you guys would think to plant? Um, that would be either fun to plant or easy to harvest. Flax. It's a seed. Flax is really easy to harvest. It's a little bit much to do the winnowing, but flax I've grown, and that's super good for you. And all you have to do for flax is to throw it out. Like you just, hey, I bought some flax seeds, and then they grow. Same thing with chia, but chia I've never gotten to grow very big because it is frost sensitive. So that one doesn't work for me, but it might work for like Steve or Aaron. It might work for you guys. Um, then you just throw the chia seeds out and they sprout. And they're these little like kind of triangle trapezoidal leaf things. And it looks pretty neat, but I never got them to go past this big because of the frost. Erica says buckwheat. Awesome. So we have where I grew up in the high desert, there were native buckwheats, and there's all sorts of different kinds of buckwheat. I have not researched what the buckwheat is that people use for that seed as a grain. There's tons of different kinds of buckwheat. There's ones that are tiny. There's ones that are, I've seen the ones that are like bushy, like this big, but I don't know what that one is. I thought it was just a pet chia. Chia. No, it's not just a pet. And I don't even think chia seeds were chia. I'm pretty sure it was something else. Because what didn't it look like grass? It's been so long. I think we had one like when I was little. Yeah, chia pets. Is that something that was it actually chia seeds? Or is there a chia grass? What type I'm looking of seed was on chia pets? It's a salvia. Salvia hispanica. I don't think chia is a salvia, is it? Like the other. Okay, we're looking at chia seed. Chia seeds. Is it a salvia? Apparently, it's the same thing. I was growing chia pets in my front yard, and then they died. How about that? Okay. It is a salvia. So salvia is a sage. And, well, this is from AI. Let's see if we can get a real answer. Yeah, okay. It still is. Sorry. AI has been, can I say stupid? Has been stupid on Google for a while now. But yeah. Yeah, exactly, Andy. It would sprout and then die because we would forget to water it. Exactly. Salvia hispanica plant. Apparently it's the same. I did not know that. And that's interesting that a sage would have. I'm just thinking of like the bubble layer around the. It's called the seed coat. No, it's not. Seed coat is something else. Whatever that layer is that's around it when you soak it, it like puffs up. And that totally makes sense that it would be a desert adapted strategy because you have to soak up the water. Chia, Salvia hispanica plant is chia. It's the same. He was giving you the scientific name. So plants have a common name and a scientific name. The common name is chia and is chia seeds. Yeah. And then the scientific name is Salvia hispanica. Cool. You wouldn't buy a salvia pet? You know what? That's probably right. That's probably, I mean, salvia, it could be, they could market it as like salvia, like Sophia, like give it hair, different hairstyles or something. Yeah, salvia pet. If people don't know what salvia is, it sounds like someone's name. Salvia would be like a good pet's name. Chia pet. Along with your pet rock and your pet stick. Apparently that was a thing. I knew about pet rocks. I recently learned about pet sticks. It was less popular. Did anybody here have a pet rock? I think that was pre my time. And if it wasn't, then I don't think I ever did. But that's okay. Look at that pretty blue the solitube is getting. This is opposite, so it's hard to. There we go. 12. So Steve says 12-year-old me salvia would become saliva. A saliva pet. That sounds bad. Yeah, chia was the best marketing term, I think. Oh my goodness. Andy says I started soaking moringa seeds today. I put 6 seeds in the water. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Moringa. Super, super dense nutrition all of the amino acids you need all in one plant. Super, super awesome. Amino acids are the building blocks of our proteins. So um, that is awesome. Where you live, Andy, and where I live, um, it's not going to be a year-round plant unless you have it inside. So you can get it in places. You can get it to grow and then die down to the ground, and then it'll resprout as long as the roots are uh, in good in a good situation. They have root rot very readily. I tried twice to grow it, and it had root rot both times and died. So wherever you plant it, either plant it like in a big barrel and keep it inside, or know that they're going to be seasonal and just plant them every year, because you could do that too. What I was thinking about doing, not doing this until I actually have the infrastructure, is to put them in like a wine barrel and just plant them super close, and then basically trim them like microgreens, or not microgreens, but uh like the cut and come again lettuce that you can do it that way instead of making a tree. But the flowers taste really good too, so if you can get it to flower, that's really good. But yeah, be careful with the rot on that one. It really, really wants aeration. So if you do plant it, maybe plant it in a raised something with lots of perlite, so it has lots of drainage. That's my recommendation. Um, and good luck. Let me know how it goes, because moringa's awesome. It tastes okay. The flowers taste really good, but the nutrition is out of this world. Uh, yeah. Steve says my pet rock ran away to live on a farm. Did it run away or did it roll away? Andy said I remember pet rocks on shelves when I was a kid. Man, fast growing for shade too. Yeah, yeah, it is pretty fast growing. It does like nutrients. It's a hungry plant, but it's also um, a very giving plant. Andy says, "Oh no, not a year around here for me. Just for shade until the cherry trees get big enough to give shade." Okay, that's good. That's good. Something else you can do for your trees that don't have, they're deciduous trees that lose their leaves and they're dormant right now. If you take a half and half white paint and water, so mix your white paint with water. I think latex is usually what's used. Latex paint. Anyway, white paint and water 50-50, and then brush that on the stems, on the trunks of your trees. Then that works like a sunscreen. So in the first couple of years, that will protect it from sun scald, which will be good. Andy says, bought 2 from the store last year and they grew till the cold came. Exactly. Yeah. Steve says we paint rocks to look like ladybugs or turtles and just hide them in places for others to find. That is awesome. I painted a rock. I remember my mom had I don't know if it was just me and my brother, or maybe just me, I don't know. But we painted rocks, and I painted one to look like a fawn, like a deer. It's like that big. And I think it's probably at my parents' still. It's probably outside. I wonder if it still has paint on it. Probably not. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, you didn't get any flowers or anything? Yeah. Well, if you could, that would be awesome. And I think that's worth figuring out if you're able to like bring one of them inside and just see how it works in the winter. My whole bringing things inside in the winter really didn't work because I brought it into the third bedroom back there that has no heating, and I thought that shelter was going to be enough, but the windows don't have they're not double paned. I'm not even sure there's insulation in the walls. Like it's not it got too cold. It froze things. So my dragon fruits unfortunately have gone to the great beyond. The peppers I don't think made it. Maybe they made it. We'll see if they regrow. I'll cut them back when I bring the tower out. I'll cut them back, but I don't think they made it. So hey, it's okay. They live 3 years, so maybe they have some good roots on them. We'll see. Yeah. Well, yeah, moringa is a good topic. Moringa is a really good topic. Um, it does so much good. Um, and if you're buying the powder, you want to buy the cold. Is it cold? Not cold pressed. What's it called? It's basically dried, dehydrated in a way that it doesn't add too much heat. So 95 degrees is like the maximum you should do for herbs and stuff, for it to still have its properties. And moringa is they usually sell it that way, but sometimes it's sold differently. So yeah. Um, it might be a few years before the cherry trees get big enough for shade, so I'll grow moringa trees. Till then, I'm starting them earlier this year, so maybe I can get flowers. Yeah, cherry trees will take off pretty quickly. Put them in some good. I mean, you have enough rabbits. You can use rabbit manure, but give them a good ecosystem, and they will grow quite a bit. What's going to take a while for them is for them to give you fruit. When I had cherries at my old property, it took 4 years before they would fruit. And then, the first year, I think I got 4 cherries off one tree. And then the next year was like a little bit more. And then the next year, so it's going to take a while for cherries, and just be prepared for that, and work on the tree shape from there. Um, yeah. Homestead Matter says, my painting fails at stick figures, so everyone is better off that I do not participate in pet rocks. Oh boy. Yeah, Andy says, if not, I might start sooner and pot them in the house for a while. Yep. Plus the benefits from them, a win-win with them. Absolutely. Yeah, moringa is awesome. I wish they grew in a little bit colder climate than they do. Um, but yeah, the root rot is a real thing, so keep them out of drenchy soaked water, soil, and make sure the soil is very well draining. So probably anything like a citrus mix, if you're buying a soil mix, a citrus mix would probably be good, and you might even put perlite into that. Usually citrus mixes have perlite in it, but I'm speaking from someone that I have clay soil here. So if you have sandy soil, or something like that, ignore what I'm saying, unless it actually like holds water. But if I have clay soil, and the clay soil, it holds on to water, it really really does. So I just thought I'd notify you guys that I'm talking about someone with clay soil. But yeah, yeah, no, it's awesome. All right, guys, it is after 8. It is time to get some stuff done. And I'll have a good video for you tomorrow. And then Thursday's video will be about the flowering trees. Beautiful out there. It smelled so good. And then we got all that wind. But there's plenty on the trees. Yeah. Andy says I have red clay. I do as well. Someone told me that there used to be a brick factory in town, but I haven't figured out from anybody where that might have been. But yeah, we have some red earth. Some red earth. So, all right. Does anybody have any more questions or comments, or maybe topics of discussion for next time? I know I went off on pockets and pants and gender equality for pants. But yeah, if you guys have topic ideas, that would be welcome. I actually put out a poll to everyone just to kind of get more input from people, and maybe get some more people on the lives. Yeah, it's good. Erica says, good night. Happy birthday. Thank you. All right. Thank you as well, Andy. Well, we will see you guys next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And if you want to talk about something that we're not talking about, get in the comments and say it. And so every time we're on here, I kind of have a topic of discussion, but it's driven by, as you see, the comments. So that's good. We could talk moringa more. Okay, let's talk moringa. Do you want to talk about that next week? Unless something else comes up. Let's talk moringa next week. Because there's some awesome studies with moringa and all that. So yeah. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It matters. All right. We will see you next week, and we'll be talking about moringa. A year older. Oh my gosh. All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for coming.